My name is Mick. I'm starting a company called Mick's Got No Nuts, and today I'm going to show you how I got 1,151 followers, 45 days into my company when I don't even have a product, with no product. How did I do that? Currently, Mick's Got No Nuts is on 4 social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, we have our email list as well, and our YouTube channel. So on Facebook, we currently have 524 Facebook followers. On Instagram, we have 155 Instagram followers. On our email list, we have 452 email subscribers. And on YouTube, this is crazy, 20. So we add all that together, 1,151. How did we do it? Let's get into it. Okay, so when I started social media for Mick's Got No Nuts, it was important to me to be very clear on what my intentions were to be with the company. I want to make sure that the people, my avatar, are very clear. It is people with nut allergies or people living around nut allergies, like a parent or a family member who doesn't have the allergy but still has to deal with the consequences of that nut allergy. How I promoted Mick's Got No Nuts, the idea for 100% nut-free protein bar, no product, haven't even started pre-launch yet. So the first thing that I did to get my 1,151 followers, I did 7 things over the course of 45 days. Number 1, I posted on personal account. This means my personal Facebook account, my personal Instagram account. I posted that I am starting a company called Mick's Got No Nuts on all of my personal accounts. I said, look, here's the endeavor. I know most of the people, who follow me are family and friends, so they are more likely to engage with my content. Especially, I don't actually post that much on social media, so the fact that I did post actually meant a lot. It was one of like 8 posts on my page. So I announced it on my personal account that I'm starting this idea. Any support would be obviously much appreciated. This got me approximately 50 email subscribers right off the bat. Got me a good start on traction for email, Facebook, and even Instagram as well. Okay, so the second point is now we're kind of leaning into the stranger danger territory. We need to advertise to the people who don't know who we are. You're going to get, if you post on your personal account, you're going to get between 30 and 100 people to sign up or follow you. Just a given, you know some people. But how do we actually get strangers to follow your idea? So the first thing I did, and the second thing on the list, was we find groups for the target avatar we're targeting. Mine are people with nut allergies. So I searched up groups and I looked up nut allergy. There are a surprising number of groups, probably over 100, maybe like 20 are actually active. And I just, applied to be in the group. And when I was accepted, I essentially said, hey, I'm Mick with a nut allergy. I have this idea. Does anyone else share this pain? If you do, please follow along on my website and sign up for my email list. So I posted in relevant Facebook groups. And Instagram doesn't really have a groups feature like Facebook. Facebook is much more collaborative in that regard. So I would focus Facebook on the groups. This got me a heck of a lot of response, positive response on Facebook, and then a lot of email signups as well. I'm going to emphasize email signups a lot because that is your own audience and they subscribe to your information. You don't need to go find them on social media because they essentially gave you their permission to contact them whenever you want. That is why it's most important to get the email list, because when the product comes out, they'll be first to know. So we posted on his personal account, we posted in the relevant Facebook groups. Number 3, we cold DM people. And bonus, plus bonus, influencers. So the people that I DM'd were in the Facebook groups for nut allergies. In one group, for example, there's 10,000 people in the group, and I maybe got 30 to 50 positive responses or signups. There are still over 9,900 people. So cold DM as many people as you can. Just say, hey, this is what I'm working on. It's the same message you posted in the group, just to the people in the group that didn't engage with your content. Bonus point, find influencers, and this is going to be more on Instagram, from what I've noticed. On IG, there are actually nut allergy influencers, and I found about 50 or so, and I will DM them with a little bit more detail, presenting the product, presenting the idea, and then kind of laying the seeds for future partnership. Once we have a product, I'd love to collaborate sometime in the future, and this is not going to bear fruit right now, but it is planting the seed for sometime in 3, 6, 9 months when the product is released, and we need some sort of outlet to get the message across that the product is there to different audiences that aren't ours. Okay, so number 4, this is kind of obvious, but once you have people in your email list, email them. Email at least once per week. My open rate for all my emails is approximately 50%. That's pretty darn good for someone who doesn't even have a product yet. I have nothing to sell them, and yet half of the people are opening my emails. But make sure you're in constant communication with them because they signed up for a reason. They are at least a little bit curious. So make sure you continue to spark that flame, because once the product is released, they are going to be the first ones who are likely going to buy from you. So keep them engaged. Number 5, post daily on Facebook and Instagram. Now, Instagram and Facebook are neatly connected via the Meta Business Suite, where you can post on Instagram, say yes to when you post to also post on Facebook. So essentially you can post on IG and it'll also post on Facebook at the same time. Just post daily. Again, kind of the same reason to email your subscribers. Just post facts, funny images, pictures of you, just thanking people for following you, whatever you want to post. Just post something every day to make sure people know A, you're alive, and B, you're continuing to, again, stoke the fire of the product, of the idea. So people hopefully will gain interest, because consistency is key. And even though we're 45 days in, I am definitely starting to see the reward a little bit. More follows, more engagement with people I didn't actually explicitly reach out to. So things are happening. Post consistently. Number 6, post on YouTube. So post on YouTube, this is one I wasn't going to include, but I decided to include because over the last couple of weeks, I had the idea of creating a nut allergy podcast, because I know I'm still months away from the product. And as much as I want to post fun facts, funny little AI images, pictures of me on my Facebook and Instagram for a while, as much as I can, it's going to get old pretty quick. So it's important to me to have extra content that's actually valuable to the people that I'm serving. And so when I say post on YouTube, what I'm doing is specifically video podcasts or video interviews with people with nut allergies or people living around nut allergies. It's really important to me for my avatar to build a sense of community for the people with nut allergies to feel like they have a brand that they can really rely on personally. And I feel like the best way to do this right now is to gather people in that community to learn about their experiences, because A, selfishly, I'm going to learn more about what will work for the community in terms of what products to sell. But B, this is just a great way to gain perspective and stories for other people listening to these interviews and podcasts. So like, for example, I interviewed last week 2 parents with a 19-year-old son with the nut allergies, and the TLDR is they had to teach him very vigilantly early on that he has to take control of his own nut allergy because no one else will care. That was a super interesting 45-minute video interview. I had multiple planned upcoming, including one with my parents, who obviously raised me to also be aware of my nut allergy, because if they didn't, I probably wouldn't be standing here, because I'm kind of reckless. So post on YouTube, but I'm gonna actually add a little plus here, personalized content. See if you could find some sort of content that your avatar would appreciate to really dig into the pain that you're trying to solve. And the problem I'm trying to solve is that there's no good high protein nut-free snacks. And a lot of what we'll learn on these interviews and podcasts is that these people are feeling this problem firsthand. And once we identify the problem, which we are identifying, hopefully Mick nuts will be the solution. Post on YouTube, post video content, post video personalized content. People will resonate with it much more. Last point, number 7, and this is kind of the secret sauce right now, something that you kind of have to do, at least what I've learned, to really get people engaged and to really reach the people you want to reach. So we can post in these Facebook groups, we can cold DM people, but that is all very manual, and we need something kind of running in the background. And I found a lot of success from this. Even though we don't have a product, we'd be promoting to get people on our email list. We're gonna run paid ads. This one, whether or not people want to hear it, has bore the most fruit for me, because Facebook is doing a great job of finding the people I would not have been able to find, posting manually, cold DMing, relevant Facebook groups, emailing, posting. These paid ads are doing really well. And what I would do with the paid ad is I would make a 30 to 60 second problem statement. I made a video where I was in a grocery store and it was silly, of course, but I started the video and I said, if you have a nut allergy, listen up. And then I goofily walked over the protein bar shelf. And I essentially said, all of these bars are filled with nuts, or they may contain nuts. That's annoying. I'm gonna fix that. Go to mick.nuts.com, sign up for the email list to stay ahead of the game with updates. Made that ad. I will actually run through the numbers of the ad that I ran momentarily, but this truthfully is probably my golden nugget. Even though I have no product to sell, I need to get in front of people so that they're ready to buy my product when it's released. And paid ads works very well. Okay, so these are my 7 methods of getting 1,151 followers 45 days into business for Mick Nuts, pre-product, pre-launch. So let's get into the numbers. Okay, so my personal account, when I posted on my personal account, I probably got probably 150 followers. There's probably some overlap. Not 150 unique people, but 150 followers in general, just from posting on my personal account. That might be 50 email, 50 Facebook, 10 YouTube, and 40 Instagram, right? So then, once we posted in the relevant Facebook groups, that number probably went to, oh gosh, well, I'll say this, 150 to probably like 225. That did a good job. Cold DMing people. Cold DMing is tough, especially on Facebook, because the Messenger app is separate from the Facebook app, and it's not inherently obvious when you get DMs. So I don't think this is a lack of the low number I'm about to give you, probably like 235. I think it's actually more just people not knowing they have a DM in their inbox, because it's just like an Instagram is more obvious, but Facebook is not. So, and I sent a DM to Facebook on Facebook a month ago, and I just got a reply today. People just don't check it. But I still think it's valuable for for DMing people, plus the influencers. Actually, yeah, the influencers, I'm gonna bump that number up to like 245, probably 10 and 10, but everything counts. Emailing once a week, tough to say exactly. It's important to do. We'll say that got me to like 2 people. I'm gonna assume people shared with other people, so let's just say to 275. And then we're posting daily on Facebook and Instagram. That probably got me to like 325. Posting on YouTube the interview. This will bear fruit eventually. Probably not much yet, but truthfully, like, and I don't want to say I'm ashamed to admit it, but the paid ads has been the moneymaker. 330 to 1,151. I'm not even kidding, because not only are you getting email signups from the paid ads because you're directing people to your website, to my website, you are getting people to sign up for your email. But then as soon as they see the paid ad, and they could go to the website, they could not, but the easiest thing to do for them is to go to your Facebook profile and follow. I have over 500 Facebook followers primarily because of this ad. Before I ran the ad, I maybe had like 50 to 70. I now have over 500. So I don't want to underestimate the importance and impact of paid ads. That is kind of the breakdown of email subscribers. Now, it may not look like a lot. Truthfully, if you really want, you can kind of ditch the first 6 and just go for paid ads, but I caution that significantly because the paid ads are kind of one-time hits. I cannot rely on the long-term commitment of the customer if they found me through an ad. If they found me in Facebook groups or just regular posting or my DM where I sent them a personal message, it's very likely they're going to stick longer than those who just followed from a paid ad. Because it's very likely half of these Facebook followers from paid ads liked my page, followed my page, and then just left, and then truthfully haven't thought about me since then. So 1 through 6 will be extra sticky than 7, but 7 is going to get you those numbers very quickly. Now for some bonus content, I want to run through my Facebook ad results because I think it's really interesting. So for the last month or so, I've been running a Facebook ad of that video of me in the grocery store. I posted it as a regular reel and then just boosted it to get in front of more people than I would not have been able to get in front of originally. So how much did I spend? I spent $199.97. A little bit, it's a chunk of change, but I promise you it is worth it, and it will be even more worth it when the product releases. How many views did we get? Facebook did a great job of getting this video in front of people. This ad got 28,306 views. And I actually think this number is even a bit low because Facebook has been lagging for me in their ad center. I actually think this is over 30,000, but for the sake of consistency today, 28,306. Of that 28,000, how many people actually clicked my link, went to my website to learn more? 2,124 link clicks. And if you're curious, that is a 7.5 click-through rate. Could that be higher? Probably. But getting 2,000 people to my website for only $200 in the background without me doing anything, I'm very happy with this. I am very, very, very happy with this. And an extra fun fact, the average watch time of my video is 14 seconds compared to the 3-second average attention span of a typical human being scrolling Facebook. So 14 seconds is pretty good. It is 11 seconds more than the average. So importance of the hook, really get them in. Identify your avatar, people with a nut allergy. From the link clicks, how many people sign up for my email? Because again, these Facebook followers are nice, these Instagram followers are nice, YouTube followers are nice, but it's the email that's going to be my most concentrated group of people, because they, like I said before, gave you permission to contact them, so they will be first to know when the product is released. So that's kind of what I care about the most. So email signups. Now I can't say exactly the number because it's hard to tell who clicked the link and then went and subscribed to my email list. But I know when the ad is running, there is a high correlation between views of the ad and email signups. So just to ballpark, I'm going to say approximately 300 email signups from the ad. And if you're extra curious, from email sign up to views, that's a 1.06% rate, where for every view, for every 100 views, I get approximately 1 email sign up. Not bad. And now every time someone goes to my website and then emails, that is actually a 14.12% conversion. So for every 100 people to visit my website from this ad, 14 of them sign up for the email list. That's pretty good. That is active engagement from an ad that was just placed in their face. This problem of no nut-free high-protein snack is a serious problem. This market is extremely passionate. That is why I know this will succeed. Now, I haven't done A/B testing yet. I intend to. I have another ad being edited currently. I want to see how the other ad stacks up. I think the views will probably be the same because I think Facebook kind of pushes out the same amount of numbers. But the link clicks and the email signups will be obviously different, and we'll see the results from the second ad I post, which is a little different. It's still me in the store, but doing something a little different. So in essence, for $200, I have gotten roughly 300 email signups. And if you want to do the math real fast, or the loose math, let's just say a pack of bars is going to be, right now, a 12 pack on my website is $44.99. So $45. Maybe high, maybe low, who knows? But that's just kind of the price right now. And I've gotten pre-orders. Another video. But I have currently a 50% open rate with no significant product information. I'm going to assume that when that first email releases, announcing the product is ready to launch, or pre-launch, or either or, pre-launch or launch, whatever the email will be that you can buy, and they know what they're buying, right? So a sample, they know the sample is there, they're ready to buy. So that email, that first email, I'm gonna say 70% are gonna open. So let's just say 70%. Okay, so that's 210 people. Okay, again, these are people who are extremely passionate about the nut allergy problem. So 210 people are gonna open that email. I'm gonna say approximately, of the 210, I'm gonna say like 50% actually go to my website to check out the options. So visit website. So now we're at 105 people. Okay. Of the 105 people, and I think this is a very low estimate, I'm going to say about 50% actually pre-order or order, whatever option is available at the time. And again, this is just like the first email. The email signups, you're creating a community. Anyway, that's going to last forever. But just for the first email, 70% open, I'm gonna guess. 50% actually visit the website, so about 100, 105. So half of that, so we'll say approximately, I don't know, 52. Okay, 52 people actually order. The average order value is probably, let's just say $30, because I have a 4-pack of bars option, that's $19.99, and a 12-pack for $44.99. So let's just say a $30 average order value. Okay, we do the math. 52 times 30, that is $1,560 approximately, right? Yes. So my estimations from the initial email that will go out announcing the product is live, I'm approximating about $1,500. From where? The $200 in ad spend. So if you do 1,560 divided by 200, that's a little less. That's roughly 8 to 1. That is a phenomenal return. My estimated return. I'm approximating that for every dollar I put in to a Facebook ad, and this is not the other forms of content. This is just the ads alone. You're not posting. This is not the frequent email stuff. This is just like the first email that I send. When I put $1 into an ad, I will get $8 back. That is pretty good. Healthy business, from what I've seen, is roughly 3 to 1. And this is just ads alone. And I'm probably 6 to 9 months away from the product being released. And I think I can get about $1,500 within the first day or two, just from the ads alone, excluding everything I just mentioned before, all 1 through 6 steps. Just from the ads alone, about $1,600. So I think that's pretty good and definitely worth the investment. If someone said, hey, if you give me $1, I'll give you $8 back, I think everyone in the world would take that offer, assuming there were no catches, because that is a very good return. So anyway, that is the math on my Facebook ads. I hope you enjoyed the video of me talking how I got from 0 to 1,151 followers in roughly 45 days of business with no product, no launch, and just an idea. So if you enjoyed that, cool.